It's Ramsey Dewey over here in Shanghai, China, here today with Eddie to demonstrate some judo throws without the gi. This video on no-gi grips for throws is brought to you by NogiBJJgear.com. If you like the gear I use in my videos, go check them out. And don't forget to use my code Ramsey10 for a 10% discount off everything on their website. That's NogiBJJgear.com for awesome shorts, spats, and rash guards for all your no-gi grappling needs. So a lot of people, they want that collar grip, they want the sleeve grip, they want the belt, and sometimes they don't know what to do without it. So let's just review the grips. Collar ties, reverse collar tie, tricep grip for arm drags, wrist, 2-on-1, a Russian 2-on-1. He was probably going to pull his arm in really tight, and now we've got a modified Russian 2-on-1. Okay, what else? Over-unders. Got a whizzer, in case he grabs a tight underhook right there. Okay. Side headlock. Not to be confused with a schoolyard bully headlock, because if I do this, you're, Eddie, grab me like that. One of the big ones is the underhook, okay? So notice, I'm gonna, here, stand right there. All I'm going to do is just reach my arm under Eddie's arm and around his waist right here. Right there, see? What does that do? That gives me leverage to lift him with my hips. So basically for every hip throw, like an O-goshi, right, or a O-goshi or any of those, right, any of the hip throws, yeah, that underhook is perfect. That's king. It's one of the best mechanisms we have. So we got the crash mat right here, and I get this, there we go, okay? Now we can do that same throw with some other grips. For example, maybe it's hard to get the underhook, I'm pummeling for that, Eddie pinches his elbows down, like I'm trying to reach here, he's gonna block that, so I can reach around into a side headlock, okay? So I'm trying to get the underhook, he blocks it, I reach around for that side headlock, and now I can lift him this way. So let's switch sides. All right, I want this underhook, Eddie defends it, reach around there, and we can do those same hip throws from a headlock. All right. Now, we can also use the armpit, okay? So if I get my shoulder under the armpit, this is a grip I can use to lift and carry my partner around, or throw them, okay? We use these in throws such as a soy nagi, right? So in this one, there, up, over he goes, okay? We can also use it on a throw such as, what do you call that? Osotogari, right? So in an osotogari, there are a few different grips I can use. I can use an over-under clinch. I can use the shoulder under the armpit. I can use a side headlock. All of those are going to work as long as my setup is correct. All right, move him this way, get his weight onto this leg, right? And then we're gonna pitch him down that way. Let's do that one more time. Well, maybe two more times. We'll do it from a side headlock, right? So I'm pushing, I'm pulling, right? I need his weight over there. Right. So we can do the osotogari that way. And we can also do it from under the armpit. Right, over here, push. Right. Now there are probably a bunch of judo nerds out there on the internet typing furiously, that wasn't an osotogari, that was an osoto, some other Japanese polysyllabic word I don't know. Correct me in the comments if you know what these are called if the grip changes the name, because sometimes it does. Okay, what else do we have? So again, the side headlock, armpit under, the shoulder under the armpit, and the underhook are very powerful grips. But we also have the wizard. So let's say Eddie reaches for an underhook right here, okay? And I'm gonna wrap up his shoulder with my arm. I'm gonna squeeze his shoulder right here with this open arm. Now I've got control of his upper body if I have a tight wizard. As long as his underhook stays tight, I have control. If he relaxes and goes a limp arm, he can pull it right out. Uchimata, okay? So Uchimata, we can do it from an underhook, right? But we can also do it from the overhook, the wizard. So I'm gonna lift up that leg, and notice he's up on one leg right there. So we're right here. I wanna get the underhook, but Eddie beats me to it. So I grab this, and I'm gonna rotate him that way. This is another very important thing, what my underarm is doing. Now, generally in judo, you grab the sleeve and you can twist it to create this surface area all around the wrist. I don't have that here. So I like grabbing this, right above the elbow, right below the tricep. Because this is a leverage point on the human body to turn somebody around. You can arm drag from here, right? It's the point we'll always use for an arm drag, whether with this arm or with this arm, right? So wrestlers are constantly using arm drags to get their legs, right? Using arm drags to get behind the guy, okay? But if I have an over-under clinch, for example, I'm grabbing this spot right here. Why? Because it allows me to rotate him. It gives me rotational force. So if I'm setting up my Uchimata, right, I've got the underhook here, but I've got this grip right here on the tricep, so that when I rotate, he starts to spin that way. And when I lift up his leg, right, now he goes flying through the air. All right? But he gets the underhook first. So I counter with a tight wizard, and I pull on the tricep. I lift up that leg. So it's all the same basic mechanics as with the gi, right? With the gi, it just gives you all of these extra options, right? You can get really complicated with grip fighting. For example, if I'm wearing a gi and he grabs the lapel, I can circle around this arm and get like a little lasso there and then go for a what do we call that one? Osotogari, right? But without the gi, it's simplified because there are no lapel grips. Now, we've got to worry about things like collar ties, reverse collar ties, arm drags, 2-on-1s, underhooks, overhooks, right? Now, instinctively, a lot of people will reach for a collar tie because it feels safe, it feels secure. The collar tie is grabbing the back of his head like this, right? And I can move him around, I can attach my shoulder to him, I can use this to start throwing knees and stuff. But there's a lot of other stuff we can do with that. Again, that collar tie can turn into a side headlock, right? And we can use collar ties to start setting up our sweeps, right? There are a lot of sweeps in judo. And if you look at Muay Thai, it's essentially no-gi judo sweeps, right? So when we practiced in class today, right, we punch the guy, he gets his arms up, right? I make a frame right here, reach around there, and sweep from the side right there, right? So, I mean, that's Muay Thai, but it's also judo. In judo, we would be messing around with the grips on the uniform, whereas without, we're just focused more on squeeze them really hard. One thing, it's not just the position of the arm, it's the pressure. So if I just put the arm here, right, and I try to do this, like Eddie's not moving, okay? If I reach around here really tight, Eddie, how much pressure is on your face?
Yep.
Yeah. Like there's enough that if I pull, Eddie moves with me, right? We're attached together. That's very important. If the arm is just here and I'm not attached, if I'm not squeezing, he doesn't move with me. So that's very important if you're going for a sweep. Well, really any throw with the head, okay? One of the judo throws, we were talking about the tomoe nage, the Captain Kirk Judo Throw. If you ever watched Star Trek, the original series, it's the one Captain Kirk often used. So there are a few different ways to do this, but from a dirty boxing clinch, we both have the collar tie, we both have this free hand. I push, he pushes back, I step over here, I drop, I bring this up here. Okay, and there are a few different finishes. I can slide to the side, arm bar him, slide to the side and mount him, or just chuck him really far and look really cool, like a video game. Okay, but again, with the uniform, we can grip these, we can grip sleeves, we can grip that, we can grip the belts. But again, we're just going to simplify that to a dirty boxing clinch. Okay? Yeah. So understand these clinches. We have a dirty boxing clinch, this one, which is one collar tie each, and then one hand that's either free or gripping right here. We can set up a lot of sacrifice throws from here. Okay? Tomoe Nage, flying armbar, etc. What else? The over-under clinch. And this one. So this one I like. If the guy's pushing back, right, from an over-under clinch, I'm going to take this foot, right, and I'm going to step, right, and rotate using a butterfly hook. And here's another option. So over under clinch, I'll stop this foot, and I'm going to sit out. Okay? Or I can follow him. So we're kind of in a confined space in the boxing over here. Right? So I push, he pushes back, I stop this for the roll. If you want to set up your hip throws, man, I can't stress this enough. Head position. It's not just grips. It's not just where your arms are, it's where your head is. This deep underhook is one of the best positions you can have for almost every judo throw, right? But it's really hard to get, mostly because most people don't know where to put their head when they're grappling without the uniform. So I want to get my head on the same side as that underhook. So look, I'm sticking my head right here in this divot in the neck, okay? So this is no good. I won't be able to do a hip throw and I'll be like, and he's so heavy. Right, and he's going to jump on my back from there. Okay? So if I bump with his shoulder, make a little space, get my head in here, he's going to square up, of course. He's going to put pressure on me. But look, now I'm in a position to do everything. I mean, I can attack the legs if I want. But if we want to stick to the strict modern judo syllabus, look here. Look at that. Okay? Let's do that for the throw. Okay? So we're over here. I need to make some space. I can bump with the shoulder. Right? Do a little bit of pummeling there. If I just release this and reach around here, he's going to push in really hard. And I have to change the position of my feet if I want a good side headlock. Otherwise, it's going to turn into some nonsense, right? So if you watch what the feet are doing, in order to get this all the way around, I've got to do a small, tight rotation, which you have to do anyway, right? So I would release this underhook, reach around there, right, and do a very quick rotation. Okay? Remember, small steps are quick steps, big steps are slow steps. So watch the feet. Here's the footwork for a hip throw. I'm not going to throw them, but here's the footwork. Okay, so again, side headlock, not to be confused with a schoolyard bully headlock, because if I do this, you're Eddie, grab me like that. All right, so that's not a good headlock. So the side headlock is not exposing your back to the guy. This is dumb. This will get you killed, you'll get suplexed. The side headlock, I have to maintain control of him so that as I'm turning, he's turning too. Right? So I could actually turn this into a takedown by itself. That side headlock right there. Okay, and yeah, that's, as far as I'm aware, that's still legal in judo. But again, I've got to grip, apply pressure, rotate, right? Now, of course, he's going to balance. He won't just let me do that, which is why I've got to get my hips under him, right? He's got good posture, his eyes are up. I reach around there. And now I can get the hips under. Okay? How about, here are a couple little tricks that I like, where you can combine judo throws with freestyle wrestling. Now again, in freestyle wrestling, you're allowed to grab the legs and the feet and the ankles. In judo, you can't, not anymore. But how about this one, right? Maybe got that perfect grip, and I'm lifting this up, trying, and not osoto, what's that one called? That one-legged throw. Japanese is hard, guys. I said it before in this video. Uchimata, that's right. So I'm trying an uchimata, okay? And he's balancing, he's up on one foot. So I'll take out that one foot that he's standing up on. So one more time. And I find this is one of the most effective uses of the uchimata. In MMA, you know, this can break his posture, boom! So as he's trying to get up, uppercut him, right? By strict submission grappling, mule kick to an ankle kick right there. Try to stay balanced, right? Lift this one up, pick it up now, grab low on the foot, as low as you can. Okay? Okay, what else can we do? We can use the uchimata to set up another throw. And I will use the crash mat for that, the O-goshi. If you look at Ronda Rousey's career, she used the O-goshi a lot in most of her fights actually, and she set it up with a side headlock, right? Ronda's whole game plan was punch into the clinch, grab the other girl, wrap this around and throw, right? But most of the time she finished that throw with the O-goshi. And there are a couple ways to do that. I can do it by setting it up by lifting this leg and then bumping the other hip that he's standing on, or I can hip bump that foot up and then lift the other foot there. Let's set up with the uchimata. So wrap this around, rotate. Okay, there we go. Let me do that one more time. Now I'll set it up with a hip bump. Maybe I've got the deep underhook, but I'm off center, so I bump this up. And now we've got the O-goshi. So, judo throws. The gi is nice because it gives you a bunch of fun options. But it's also frustrating because it gives the other guy a bunch of options. But without the gi, you can do most of those throws, but it's just a lot simpler. Thanks for watching. Now get out there and train.